Ladies, step into the light of your own magnificent presence. Hear me when I say this. To be a woman with no friends is not avoid it, is a glorious canvas upon which you may paint your destiny with the brush of your own divine power. In this moment, you stand at the threshold of transformation, where solitude becomes your sacred teacher and your greatest gift. Do not be deceived by the world's clamor that equates friendship with worth. True friendship begins within, as a roaring flame of self-love that no storm can extinguish. You are not incomplete. You are whole beyond measure. When the applause of others fades, your own soul's applause will echo in your heart, vibrant and eternal. Imagine the freedom to walk unburdened by the chains of superficial approval. The absence of many friends is not a curse, but a clearing of the path, revealing the treasures of quality, authenticity, and divine alignment. You are not here to fit in or conform. You are here to rise, to shine, and to magnetize the right souls who see and honor your true light. Break free from the old, limiting beliefs that whisper fear and isolation. They are but shadows cast by the mind. Step boldly into the radiant light of your independence. In your solitude, you become the alchemist, turning silence into strength, loneliness into wisdom, and absence into overflowing presence. Declare now, with unwavering conviction, I am worthy, I am powerful, I am a radiant force of abundance. I manifest joy that transcends the need for external validation. I am the architect of my life, and every moment is infused with divine purpose and infinite possibility. Walk forward with your head held high, knowing that the universe conspires in your favor. Your story is not one of lack, but of liberation. You are a beacon to all who dare to embrace the power within themselves. Shine on, woman of strength, for your light is needed now more than ever, when the world around you seems quiet, and the familiar laughter of friends is absent. It is not a sign of weakness or abandonment. It is a divine invitation to turn inward, to rediscover and ignite the unshakable power of self-love. Imagine, for a moment, a love so profound that it does not depend on the approval, acceptance, or presence of others. This love flows from within, like an endless river of light and grace, carrying with it the strength to heal wounds, uplift spirits, and transform every corner of your being. This is the transformative power of self-love, a force that no absence can diminish and no circumstance can silence. Too often, society teaches us to seek our value in the eyes of others, to measure our worth by the number of companions who gather around us or the applause that greets our presence. But such measures are fleeting and unreliable, like castles built on sand. When a woman finds herself without friends, she stands at a crossroads. She can either fall into despair, believing that her worth is somehow diminished, or she can rise with a radiant certainty, embracing the truth that her value is inherent, infinite, and untouchable. The woman who chooses the latter unlocks a door to a kingdom where she is sovereign, ruling her own heart with compassion, respect, and fierce devotion. Self-love is not a selfish indulgence. It is the foundation upon which all authentic relationships are built. It is the sacred soil from which blooms the courage to set boundaries, the wisdom to say no to what does not serve, and the grace to invite only what nurtures the soul. Without this love, we remain vulnerable to the tides of rejection and insecurity. With it, we become magnetic, attracting people and experiences that resonate with our highest good. It is as if the universe responds to the frequency of our self-respect, aligning circumstances and companions that honor the beauty of our inner world. Moreover, self-love transforms pain into power. The loneliness that once might have felt like a hollow ache now becomes a quiet space filled with potential. In that space, the woman with no friends discovers the richness of her own company. She learns to listen to her own thoughts without judgment, to celebrate her victories, no matter how small, and to comfort herself in moments of doubt. This deep, unwavering kindness toward oneself is a balm that soothes the wounds left by loneliness or rejection, turning scars into stars that light her path forward. When a woman claims her worth, she also claims her freedom, the freedom to walk boldly in the world without needing external validation to feel complete. She no longer chases fleeting connections or settles for less than she deserves. Instead, she stands tall and clear, a beacon of authenticity and strength. Her presence alone is an invitation for others to see and appreciate her for who she truly is, not for what she can offer or how many companions she keeps. In this way, the absence of friends is not a void but a powerful opportunity and invitation to cultivate a deep, unbreakable bond with the self. Through this sacred journey, a woman becomes not only her own best friend but also a radiant example of courage, resilience, and love that inspires all who witness her light. Imagine a life unshackled from the pressure to fill every moment with the company of others, a life where the absence of many friends is not a lack but a blessing wrapped in disguise. In a world that often celebrates numbers, counting friends as if they were trophies, there lies a profound and liberating truth. The power to choose quality over quantity in relationships is one of the greatest freedoms a woman can claim. To be a woman with no friends is to stand at the crossroads of societal expectation and personal sovereignty, to reject the superficial noise of countless acquaintances and instead embrace the sacred art of deep connection. There is a quiet strength in this freedom, a power that is born from recognizing that not all companionships serve your highest good. The world may tell you that having many friends equals popularity, happiness, or success, but the wise woman knows that true joy springs from the depth of connection, not the breadth. She is not defined by the number of faces she sees, but by the authenticity that pulses through the few hearts she truly holds dear. This discernment, this sacred choice, is a declaration that she will not settle for empty interactions or fleeting approval. Instead, she demands from life and herself a richer, more meaningful experience. This freedom to choose quality over quantity invites her to look beyond appearances and social niceties, and to tune into the vibration of her own soul. She learns to sense which relationships nourish her spirit, which conversations inspire her growth, and which connections align with the radiant vision she holds for her life. It is as if she becomes a magnet, attracting only those who resonate with her truth, and repelling those who bring noise and distraction. In this sacred space of selectivity, her circle becomes a garden, small but vibrant, carefully tended, blooming with trust, respect, and mutual support. The woman who embraces this freedom understands that friendship is not about filling a void but about enriching the soul. She rejects the fear of missing out or the temptation to compromise her values for the sake of companionship. In doing so, she breaks free from the societal script that insists she must be surrounded by many to be worthy. Instead, she rewrites her story with courage and clarity, choosing to cultivate fewer relationships with greater depth and authenticity. This choice also brings profound peace. Without the burden of maintaining numerous surface-level connections, she frees herself from the exhaustion of constant social performance. She no longer must worry about pleasing everyone or hiding her true self behind a mask. In her smaller, more intimate circle, she can be fully seen, fully heard, and fully loved for exactly who she is. This freedom fosters an environment where vulnerability is met with acceptance, and where her true essence is honored rather than diluted. In the absence of many friends, she discovers a powerful truth, that friendship is a sacred exchange, a gift to be given and received with intention. She becomes the curator of her own community, choosing each person with care and reverence. This intentionality transforms her relationships into sources of joy, inspiration, and strength, proving that sometimes less truly is more. From the moment we are born, invisible threads of social conditioning weave their way into our minds, shaping how we see ourselves and the world around us. Among the most persistent of these is the belief that to be a woman without friends is to be lonely, incomplete, or somehow less than whole. This lie is so deeply ingrained that it echoes in the hearts of many, casting shadows of fear and doubt whenever solitude appears. Yet, this fear, this discomfort with being alone, is not a truth written in the stars but a chain forged by old beliefs and collective expectations, a chain that can be broken, shattered, and cast aside. To break free from these chains, a woman must first recognize their existence. She must see clearly how society's relentless messages through media, culture, and even casual conversation pressure her to conform to a picture that may not fit her soul. She is told that friendships must be many, loud, and constant, that social gatherings are a measure of success, and that isolation signals failure or rejection. But these messages, though powerful, are not the law of her life. They are merely opinions, illusions, whispers of fear masquerading as truth, and she holds the key to unlock her mind from their grip. Fear of isolation is perhaps the most deceptive of all. It convinces her that being alone means being unloved, unseen, or forgotten. Yet, the woman who bravely steps into her solitude discovers a revolutionary truth: isolation is not a prison, but a sanctuary. It is a sacred space where she can meet herself fully, without distraction or compromise. Here, in the quiet, she hears the voice of her deepest desires, her highest purpose, and her boundless strength. This voice, drowned out by the noise of social expectations, becomes a beacon guiding her toward freedom. Breaking these chains requires courage to stand apart from the crowd, to walk a path that may feel lonely but is rich with meaning. It demands that she refuse the urge to seek validation from the masses, and instead turn inward for the approval that truly matters. In this inner sanctuary, she cultivates resilience and clarity, building a foundation so solid that no external circumstance can shake her sense of self. This process also involves rewriting the story she tells herself about what it means to be without friends. She sheds the narrative of lack and embraces a narrative of liberation. She understands that her value is not diminished by the number of people who surround her, but is magnified by her willingness to embrace authenticity over conformity. In breaking free from the fear of isolation, she breaks free from the chains that keep her small and silent. With every step she takes away from these limiting beliefs, she steps into a new reality, a reality where independence is a source of power, where solitude is a wellspring of creativity, and where being alone is not loneliness but profound self-possession. She becomes a living testament that the most radiant connections begin with the relationship one cultivates with oneself. The world may try to pull her back into old patterns, but she now moves with a fearless heart, knowing that her worth is not tethered to others' presence but anchored in the infinite strength of her own soul. In this liberation, she discovers a freedom so vast that it transforms every moment into a celebration of life's true essence. There is a powerful truth waiting to be embraced. Your life is not defined by the presence or absence of friends, but by the abundance of joy and fulfillment you choose to manifest within yourself. When a woman finds herself without friends, the world may whisper doubts and fears about loneliness or rejection, but these are mere echoes of old stories that no longer serve her highest good. Beyond the veil of social validation lies a vibrant landscape of limitless possibility, life bursting with abundance, creativity, and deep joy that springs from her own radiant spirit. Manifestation is not some distant dream reserved for the lucky few. It is a living, breathing reality available to every woman who dares to claim it. The woman who walks her path without many companions has the rare advantage of focusing her energy and intention with crystal clarity. She is not distracted by the need to please or perform for others. She is free to declare her worth, to visualize her highest good, and to trust that the universe conspires in her favor. This trust, this unwavering faith in her own power, becomes the magnet that draws opportunities, love, and success into her life with effortless grace. Joy, too, becomes her natural state. It is not dependent on the laughter of others or the clinking of glasses at a crowded gathering. Rather, it is a deep, radiant light that shines from within, illuminating every corner of her existence. This joy is the fruit of self-love, self-respect, and the profound understanding that she is enough, just as she is. It flows freely when she embraces her uniqueness, celebrates her victories, no matter how small, and allows herself to dream boldly without fear of judgment. In manifesting a life beyond social validation, she taps into the creative power of her imagination. She envisions not what others expect of her, but what her soul longs for. She pictures a life filled with meaningful work, passionate pursuits, and relationships that nurture rather than drain. This vision becomes a blueprint, guiding her every step with intention and clarity. She speaks her desires aloud, writes them with conviction, and aligns her actions with the energy of abundance and possibility. The absence of friends, rather than a void, becomes fertile ground where the seeds of her dreams take root and grow. Without distractions, she channels her time and energy into building a life that honors her true self. She cultivates habits of gratitude, joy, and resilience that transform ordinary moments into celebrations of life's beauty. Each day becomes an opportunity to affirm her worth and to move closer to the fulfillment of her deepest desires. This manifestation is not about isolation but about alignment. It is the alignment of heart, mind, and spirit with the truth that she is worthy of love, success, and happiness whether or not she has many companions by her side. The universe answers her call, sending relationships, opportunities, and blessings that resonate with her authentic self and support her highest good. As she embraces this truth, she steps into a radiant flow where abundance is her birthright, joy her natural state, and social validation simply a faint echo that no longer controls her rhythm. She becomes a living testament to the power of believing in oneself, trusting divine timing, and creating a life of rich, meaningful connections, starting with the connection to the most important person of all, herself.